I come across a lot of scams every day. I see it all over the place. The SEC knows me, they hate me, and they fear me, and I'm always contacting the SEC, but of course I know they're not going to do anything, but it's for public record. I will be releasing the full database of SEC complaints that I have filed over the years to show how inept and useless the SEC is. But here today, I'm going to show you an example of big-time fraud. It's the trifecta of stock fraud. Talked about this in the past. Youngevity. This is a company, it's one of those alternative, supplements companies, right? Big scam industry. And this is a trifecta of fraud because you've got a perfect case study here. This is textbook example for fraud. I should make a fraud book, right? I should write a fraud book discussing securities fraud, all kinds of manipulation. But this is a perfect textbook study. I'm not going to be able to go through the whole extent. I have been watching this company, examining things vaguely here and there for a couple of years now. So here's the trifecta. You've got the company, which is a penny stock. It's a penny stock scam. You also have Zacks Research, which is not a research firm. It's a copy editing scam house. And you may notice Zacks. It's pumped out through Yahoo and other sites. And of course, as you can imagine, Zacks is run by okay? Why do you think they get their bullshit syndicated on Yahoo? Because they want to keep it in the family. You're not allowed to publish articles under headlines as news unless you're a That's just a fact. Okay? Look it up. Every single content provider on Yahoo and Yahoo Finance is okay? And none of them have any credibility. They're a joke. Why can't I get my research published on there? Why? Because I'm not You understand, folks? They don't care about providing you with good, unbiased information. They want to give you snake oil, right? And they want to help their friends. This is the whole problem with the mafia. You see, hopefully you're starting to understand this now. It's all about screwing you. It's all about taking your money. Who's ever in their way, they're going to take their money. And so also, of course, we have the final component of the trifecta of fraud, Alex Jones, right? Alex Jones. Now, you may have heard me mention Alex Jones before in conjunction with this Youngevity bullshit scam artist company. And it's because Youngevity is the company that makes this scam product called Tangy Tangerine and Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You might recall that I made a video, and I showed it in some other videos as a supplementary portion, whereby Alex Jones, of course, talks about all the toxic chemicals in your food and water, and government's trying to kill you, right? They want to kill 90% of the population. The New World Order, they want to kill almost everybody, right? Of course, never mind that it doesn't make any sense that these elites who own all the companies, right, it would, of course, destroy their pocketbook because you no longer have 90% of the slaves buying all the products that, puff up the pocketbooks of the elite. Never mind, it doesn't even make sense. But Alex Jones wants to scare you and create ridiculous conspiracies. Why? Because then, once he's convinced you that they want to kill you with the food and water, he can sell you his alternative products. And Youngevity, through Dr. Wallach, is one of those scam products or scam companies that they push. And it's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Now, the funny thing is that I showed a video whereby, if you look at the back of this Tangy Tangerine, some of the ingredients are mercury, arsenic, aluminum, a couple of other elements that Alex Jones warns you about, right? Mercury, oh my God. Arsenic, oh my God, right? It's funny because after I released the video, I don't know, 3 months later or so, I know for a fact that they removed those elements from the label. They didn't remove them from the Tangy Tangerine. They altered the labeling, which I do believe is illegal. So FDA, take note. Now the funny thing, as I recall mentioning before in the past, this Dr. Wallach, he's by the way, he's not a real doctor. He's a veterinarian. So you get to consume the snake oil that he's made from, this is a veterinarian. This guy is a quack, he's a wacko, and he's a con man. Now what this con man has done, this con man, is that he has removed himself officially as far as the Securities and Exchange Commission goes. He's removed himself from the official management of the company. And so what he has done is he's actually placed his son, as you can see, his son and maybe some other individuals. I guess maybe this is either his daughter or the wife of the son. These are the guys running the company now, right? Now, you can see he is mentioned as a co-founder and a member of the Scientific Advisory Board. But in terms of the management, he removed himself. He was the CEO and chairman. Okay, I'll get into that in a second, but I just want you to notice this. Also note here, Stephen Brisky, he's also by the way. Mr. William Andreoli is also just, FYI. But Mr. Brisky was not the CFO before, but he's now the CFO. Why is that? Well, before we go on to the Wallach family, let me show you something here. So you may be wondering why Joel Wallach assigned the management to his son and daughter, or his, I'm assuming it's his son as his daughter, I'm not sure. But anyway, the point is this, and you can see here the pay. Well, these guys own the majority of shares. They own, I don't know, last count was about 75% of the shares. Okay, here's what's going on, folks. Joel Wallach handed over the majority of his shares, if not all of his shares, and the management duties to his son so that he could escape the legal ramifications that might be imposed upon him from the Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Here's what's going on. Joel Wallach serves as the pitchman for Youngevity, but he's not in the management. So he can make statements that are more difficult to be subject to SEC regulations and law. His statements, his false statements would fall under the category more of the FTC and the FDA, you see. And that's assuming that they would even know about his false statements. But here's what Joel Wallach does. And folks, I'm giving you expert insider information in terms of being a fraud expert. Okay, I'm telling you right now, there's no one else in the world that understands this scam other than those who are directly involved. So what Dr. Joel Wallach does, Mr. Veterinarian, he goes around the country. As a matter of fact, he goes around the world. Does he offer free veterinary care? Of course not. What he's doing is he's pitching this scam company and the scam products. He goes from city to city and he targets the large cities. And I was told by one of his staff that he does this 365 days a year. Goes around the world in major cities. He will buy airtime on radios, and before he comes in, they'll be advertising over the next few days that this guy's coming into town. They'll talk about the healthcare system. And it's funny because I guess he read my healthcare book, because he talks about some of the problems that I mentioned in my book. It's the typical Alex Jones scam. They want to tell you how bad things are, and the solution they want to give you is worse, right? So they'll bring up some facts, twist them around maybe, and then they'll give you a solution. This is how Wallach gets people to come to his seminars. They're free seminars. He wants to tell you how the healthcare is bad and what you can do to get better medical care. Take his products. So once he gets you into these seminars, he states all kinds of things which are untrue and which could land him in prison, such as how he can cure diabetes and so forth. You know, it's just shocking. Matter of fact, you can even find these lies and scams on YouTube, which once again, I keep telling people, YouTube is the single largest portal today for fraud and all types of scams in the world. Now, if you go on the website, of course, you can see the filings. You can see where there's all kind of shenanigans going on. Although you can't tell from the filings that they're shenanigans, but I know that they are. The latest, of course, was a private placement about, I guess, $5 million worth. And you can see the company here. Well, I'll just go ahead and show you. Can't really see it here, but anyway, you can just go and look it up yourself if you really want to see it. This is the company, TriPoint Global Equities. And, you know, just they're basically penny stock financiers. I don't know who they're dumping this trash to, but I wouldn't be surprised that many pension plans would have this stuff. Because remember how it works, folks. Who runs the pension plans? Who runs all these funds? State and private. Federal, right? Who? The mafia. Who's run all these pension plans? So, you know, they pass the money around and they keep it in the family. Of course, this private equity firm, if you want to call it that, is run by individuals. Let's take a look. Can't see the name of the firm. Let me go ahead and show you here. There you are. TriPoint Global Equities. So let's take a look at the team, executive team. Okay, Mark Alinowitz, Mike Boswell. Okay, that's the executive team. Investment banking, John Finley, Ariel Imas, Braden Ferrari, Julia Liu. Guarantee you she's married to a man. Hebe Zhu. Sounds like she's also married to a man. So this is very interesting here. You see what's going on here, folks? Wow. You see what's going on? They're dumping this trash to unsuspecting Chinese investors as well. Wow. Wow. Capital markets. Brian Frank. Anthony Barshisi. Jason Barbara. Jody Chu. Wow. Another Chinese individual who I have to believe is married to a individual. Those of you who say, well, gosh, how can you say that? Folks, it's observation, taking notes. I've seen it over and over again. You see it in the media as well. However, I will say that there is a chance that if their office in China, that they may not necessarily be married to. They have that other advantage, right? And that is duping Chinese investors. But I still would bet that those individuals, even stationed in China, the Chinese individuals are married to. Lewis Mason, of course, he's. William Manby, I don't know from the name, but I'm willing to bet that he is. Wow. I guess there's not many gen. Andrew Kramer, well, of course, he's obviously. As I mentioned, you can even find all kinds of damning evidence on Wallach that could send him to jail on YouTube. You can just go ahead and type in Dr. Wallach diabetes. You can type in all kinds of things. I'll show you here in a minute. I'll type in some other things. You can see he's claiming that he cured individuals who had diabetes, right, in 2 weeks. And I guess this is maybe through Tangy Tangerine. What a fucking lie. And this also shows, folks, I want to emphasize that this shows how unsophisticated government regulators are. The FDA, the SEC, the FTC, they don't understand the true power of the internet. They don't understand the scams, the types of fraud that's going on YouTube, on the internet. They're 20 years behind. You see, this is the problem. Why do you think you've got all these scam artists pumping all this doomsday buy gold bullshit, and they're getting paid advertisement dollars? They're getting paid under the table to pump this shit. It's all over YouTube. It's fraud. Everyone involved in this doomsday movement is committing fraud. If you are making money some way, shape, or form, pitching gold based upon the doomsday fear-mongering lies and bullshit, you're committing fraud. Doesn't matter if YouTube's paying you through ad dollars, or you're selling products on your website, or it's Google AdSense on your website. It doesn't matter. If you are making money from these fraudulent ideals, fraudulent statements, you are committing fraud. You just go through and see for yourself. It's funny that Wallach believes in, by the way, he believes in these heavy metals for therapy. He believes in mercury and arsenic for therapy, but he wants to remove it from the Tangy Tangerine label, although it's still in Tangy Tangerine, I'm sure. Why? Because Alex Jones warned you about the government trying to kill you with mercury and arsenic, right? This guy's a fucking scam artist. So is Alex Jones. And you can just go through, look at all these videos. Somebody out there, please copy these videos. I am running low on space. I have so many videos in my library you can imagine. I cover so many things. Please, someone copy every single one of this guy's videos and load them somewhere. Not just YouTube. Load them to a platform where you control and save them as well, because we need evidence on this guy. I mean, just go down the list. Look at this. It goes on and on and on. It doesn't stop. And this is just, I just searched for Wallach and diabetes. Let me tell you, if I was someone who listened to Wallach and it caused me great harm to my health, I'd probably go after the guy. I mean, look at all this. Unbelievable. Of course, all these, alternative therapy, alternative medicine shows, they're all scam artists as well. They're fucking scam artists. That's who he feeds. He feeds the content. He's providing the content to all these other scam artists, you see. And these guys, many of them who have these little shows, and they're affiliates. They're selling this shit. They're getting paid. Okay? Dead doctors don't lie, huh? Yeah. Well, some living veterinarians sure as hell do. Look at this. Unbelievable. Telling you how to cure your diabetes in 2 weeks. Okay. Unbelievable. I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, you can just go on and on down the list. I mean, just type any ailment with Dr. Wallach's name, the veterinarian, and I'm willing to bet you're going to see his name come up. This is pretty good. I'm going to have to watch this. Dr. Wallach on Benny Hinn. This guy is he criticizing Benny Hinn, the con man? You've got one con man criticizing the other? Wow. Or maybe he's advocating him. Who knows? Who knows? I'll look at the video later. Look at this guy. What a fucking con artist. Okay, so now I typed in Dr. Wallach, Alex Jones, and you can see here all his appearances on Alex Jones. And Alex Jones is in cahoots with this guy. Alex Jones is some type of a high-level partner selling affiliates for this Youngevity scam. Hey, boy Alex Jones, you realize you could go to jail, you piece of fucking garbage? Look at this. So let me just go ahead and summarize. Dr. Wallach, a veterinarian who wants to make sure, and you call him doctor as if he's a medical physician. He's not trained as a medical physician. He's trained as a veterinarian, and I have to believe he's a shitty veterinarian. He does not do veterinarian medicine. He does quackery, and he's all into this whole supplements bullshit scam, making false claims. He started this penny stock company. It wasn't taken public, I'm sure. It was a reverse merger. And that's, for those of you who don't know, anyone can have their own publicly traded company. All you do is you just go online and find these companies that sell shell companies. You can buy one for, a few $100s. It's basically a former company that went bankrupt. It just kind of still registered. You can buy it and you change the name. And, you make some filings here and there, and you get someone to make a market, and voila, you're done. So this is what I'm sure Wallach did with this Youngevity. And it's kind of like this, in some ways, it's a similar scam to Herbalife. They brainwash all these sellers, right, to buy the product and to try and sell it and so forth. And so Wallach, what he did was he decided to pass the baton of management of this Youngevity scam company over to his son, and I'm assuming it's his daughter as well. And he did that, I'm sure, as a way to evade or avoid legal ramifications, although he's still held to legal ramifications by FTC and maybe even the SEC, we'll see, and also the FDA. But it's an easier way for him to hide from that attention. So what he's done is he's no longer the management, so he can go out now and he can make all these false claims. And if he was the CEO making these claims, going out to these seminars, making these claims every day, of course he'd be in deep trouble. But this way, it's much easier, and the chances of him getting in trouble are pretty low. And the time that it would take to get him in trouble is very long. But you see this, so this is what he's doing. And those of you who hear this guy on the radio, maybe his commercial for his seminar, I'm willing to pay anywhere between $100 to $300 if you record this guy. If you record one of his seminars, the complete seminar, depending upon the verification of the recording, you can verify everything, and it's clear enough to be heard, and it's pretty much complete. I will pay you between $100 to $300. So anyway, I just wanted to point this out. Oh, I forgot the other part of the trifecta, the second part. Let me show you Zacks. So before I show you that, I'm going to go ahead and show you the stock chart, and you can see. And so, of course, under that, on Yahoo, and this is why Yahoo is such a scam, you'll see recent articles, right? And other than newswires, which of course the newswires, Business Wire, Market Wire, Associated Press, and there's a few others. They're all run by individuals, of course. But you can see here, so people are looking for news, right? There's not a whole lot of news on a penny stock. It's not covered by legitimate Wall Street firms. It's not mentioned really much on CNBC, although CNBC does mention penny stocks, and I've got a story about that. This is another scam. Been saving it, been following it for a few years. But anyway, the bottom line is there's not a whole lot of information. So people rely a lot on the news headlines, right? And let me just go ahead and say, all penny stocks are scams. Now, I'm not including legitimate companies. Maybe the share price has gone down to a penny stock status. I'm talking about penny stocks that originated from reverse merger. They're all scams. So this first article dated February 12, 2015, Coca-Cola Enterprises beats on Q4 earnings. And you can see all this Zacks bullshit, right? Zacks is a scam. It's a copy editing house. It's really no different than Martin Weiss's bullshit or Agora Financial, all their bullshit. So what Zacks does is Yahoo lets them come on and publish their bullshit. And it's disguised as research. It's not real research. And what Zacks does, they have their little rating system. It's not based on anything other than, and I was told this by a Zacks employee, their rating system is based only on the ability to generate earnings according to consensus, and also, I guess, maybe earnings growth. That's it. They don't investigate whether the company's a scam. They don't investigate what Wallach is doing at all. As a matter of fact, I was told by a Zacks employee that they don't even cover this company. So where did this article come from? Well, this article, once again, this is Coca-Cola, remember, but it's under the Zacks. So people who are going to go to this penny stock, they're going to be looking for news because they can't really find it anywhere else. There's no research. And so they say, well, this is related. It's a story about Coca-Cola. They must mention Youngevity, right? So you go through, you read this generic bullshit article on Coca-Cola from Zacks. And then below that, this is where the sales pitch comes in. Other stocks to consider. Better ranked stocks. So they're saying these stocks are better ranked than Coca-Cola, which is ready to sell. Better ranked stocks in the consumer staple sector include Super Value. Wow, distressed. Youngevity, Dr. Pepper. Okay, so they rank Youngevity as a buy. Wow, this is a penny stock. So think about this, what this means to the typical investor. They're seeing some firm that's promoted by Yahoo Finance, calls itself a research firm, and the typical Main Street naive person is going to think it's a real research firm. They're saying sell Coca-Cola and buy a penny stock. What? Folks, let me explain something to you, the problem with the media. The media, these numbskulls, they're copy editing houses, and they can say anything they want, and they can't get sued. If you were a Wall Street firm, or if you were a financial advisor, and you made these same statements, you'd be in big trouble. You'd be sued because of the lack of prudence. You cannot compare Coca-Cola, right, versus Youngevity. That's beyond irresponsible. It's criminal to do so. Now, this person from Zacks told me how they based their ratings, but it doesn't tell us here, it doesn't say anything about that, does it? That is fraud. This is a scam. Zacks, you're a scam company. Look at this, unbelievable. Now, after I called Zacks to tell them that they were crooks and they better clean up their act, the pinhead I talked to told me, well, we didn't do a research report on Zacks. Well, what does this look like? Get free research report. Get free report, right? Right? They just told you up here, Youngevity, along with Dr. Pepper Snapple, is a buy, right? It's a buy. Coke is a sell. Youngevity is a buy. So here you have, below that, that's the teaser, and below they're offering you now to sell. And it is free, but it is a sales job because you have to put in your email and so forth, and they got you in their system, right? So they want to show you this report. And so, of course, you go ahead and put your email in. You get on their website. You click the link, get on their website, put your email in, right? But they want more of your information as well. So they want your name, they want your phone number, they want your address, they want all this stuff, right? And so once you put it in, they're going to send you this report. Now, this report, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do this because I want to make sure and not say something I'm not sure of. My guess is that they've got their name on this report. However, I was told by Zacks' employee, of course, Zacks does not disclose this. They don't tell you this in advance. But they're selling spots. They're selling spots to their so-called research. They're copy editing bullshit to third-party stock promoters. You understand? What this means is that Zacks, because of their position, they have the access through the Yahoo portal. They're selling to outside firms research spots so that if you are a scam company, you can go to a penny stock promoter, pay them to promote your stock. The penny stock promoter can pay Zacks for a position to put research into that stock. You understand the scam? And all parties claim innocence, right? No one is held accountable. So Yahoo is also involved. Yahoo is also guilty because they are allowing this scam. Fuck Yahoo. Bunch of fucking crooks. Mafia. So after you fill in this information, of course, this is kind of like all these other scams, Market Watch, all this bullshit. And they want you to fill in this, right? This is the death blow. You can kiss your email goodbye. Matter of fact, if you give your email to Zax or any other of these fucking copy editing houses, you can kiss your email goodbye. They're going to spam the hell out of you. We got a message from Mr. Reistmeister. Yeah, I'm going to trust you. You look very trustworthy, especially your name. Well, I signed up, and I wasn't able to access the report. It's kind of weird, but here's on the Zax, their little rating system. They give it a rating of 2. It's a buy, right? It's a buy. So anyway, they apparently they don't want to give the report out, but you see what's going on, folks? You see what's going on? This Zax is serving as a portal for all kinds of stock promoting scam companies. Zax is a scam company. They're working with scam companies. Yahoo is providing Zax with this portal, duping millions of people. Yahoo is a scam company. The entire financial media is run by the mafia. All these companies are run by the mafia. Penny stock promoting companies, all these bullshit copy editing companies, all a scam. All a scam, and nothing's being done. These guys are operating in a different criminal industry, and most people have no idea what's going on. No idea.
So while we're on the topic of crypto, if you're looking for a place to buy, sell, track, or trade both crypto and NFTs all in one place with fees that are up to 85% lower than the top competitors, then FTX US is there to help. They're trusted by millions of users, and what I like the most about them is that they allow you to set up an automatic recurring buy so that you can dollar cost average into the markets on a regular basis. So if you're interested, the link is down below in the description with the code GRAHAM, and you could get all the way up to $100 for signing up depending on how much you trade.